Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Alyssa, and today in this video, we are going to review how to set up your Etsy shop for success. So this video is going to include how to actually set it up from start to end, tutorial style, as well as other things you'll want to implement prior to launching your shop for the first time. So this is all to maximize your results as a new Etsy seller. I will also have a free checklist and resource guide for you linked down below this video, so definitely check that out, go grab it. That way when you do set up your shop, you can have a checklist to follow and you'll have some additional resources for you if you need them. So if you're new here, this channel is all about selling on Etsy, growing a business, digital products, and passive income. If you're interested in any of that, definitely hit that subscribe button because I come out with a new video every week to help you start growing that business. Okay, let's get into it. So one thing to note is below this video, there's going to be a link that you can use to get 40 free listings. So it's gonna look something like this and you're just gonna click on it. It's gonna bring you to Etsy and boom, when you open up your shop, you're gonna get your first 40 items for free. So you're gonna click open shop and you're going to enter your email address and it's going to start the process. So first you're gonna be introduced to shop preferences, and this seems like pretty basic information. I do wanna call out shop language really quickly, because this is a little important because you can see right here it says the default language you'll use to describe your items. Choose carefully. You cannot change this once you save it. So basically, if you are choosing English, then your listing descriptions and your SEO and everything in your shop should be in English. If you're trying to target Spanish-speaking countries and people, then you're going to want to choose Spanish from the drop-down. So just make sure that you recognize that. Okay, so now it's time to choose your shop name. A lot of people get hung up on this part. Just to let you know, you can change your shop name once, and you can change it again if you really do want to change it. You just have to write to Etsy. So I've changed my shop name twice before, so it is possible. And then, of course, you're going to check availability. Now, people still kind of stress out over their shop name, so I'm going to give you some quick tips. You can use one of these business name generator tools. You can just Google them. This one's from Oberlo. Not sure if I pronounced that correctly, but I find these types of tools to not really be that helpful. I find them really random and just very far away from what I'd actually want my name to be. So one thing I suggest is you can use Thesaurus and you can kind of mash up names. So for example, let's say I was creating a planner shop and I wanted my name to kind of represent awesomeness or something. So I can just go to the Thesaurus and type in awesome and then take a look and see if any words would work well. So like magnificent, you can do like planificent, so planificent kind of, it's like a play on words. What else? I'm not seeing anything else here, but let's say fantastic, you can do plantastic, something like that. It's gonna be unique and more likely than not, someone else won't have a name when you create it kind of by combining things. And it's also really cute. And also one thing to note is you want to go on your government website and you want to make sure that there's no trademark on the name that you're going to use. You want to make sure that you're in the clear and that no one has trademarked your name. So just make sure you check that. It's just a simple Google search. Just search registered trademarks and you'll be able to see people's business names and their trademarks. Lastly, if a shop name is taken but it's not registered or it doesn't have a huge social presence, you can also end your shop name with co, creative, prints, templates, design, etc. So let's say you wanted to name it Pretty Planners, but that was taken. You can do Pretty Planner Co., Pretty Planner Creative, Pretty Planner Prints. You get the gist. So you can also do that. Okay, so now it's time to stock your shop. And if you don't have any products ready, which I usually don't, I've opened up a handful of shops over the course of a few years, and I never really had a product completely ready to list, so I would just upload some dummy data. So a dummy photo, some dummy PDF, because I sell digital products, and just set it up, put TBD, so to be determined in a bunch of the fields, and then I turn that into inactive once my shop is actually launched. So this is kind of how you can bypass this step, but we do have to upload dummy data. So I'm going to hit add listing, then I'm going to upload at least one main photo. So it's asking you to add a title. I have a video all about keyword research and titling and tagging your listings, so I'm going to leave that in the guide, so check that out. But basically what you want is a title that is relevant, so relevant to what you sell, is descriptive, so it has long tail keywords, and you want it to be diverse. So you want to explain your product in multiple different ways, but also making sure that those keywords are what's being searched by shoppers. But like I said, I'm going to link to that video about Etsy SEO in that guide and every other relevant video within that guide so you really get an understanding of the best practices. So this is just an example. I'm just putting in filler text. I made it. What is it? A finished product. And I made it recently. So what I'm going to do is just put in meal plan kit. And things are just going to populate for you. I usually go for the first one. One thing I do with my listings is I A/B test. So in this instance, I'm going to choose the top category that they're suggesting. But if I was to duplicate this listing and A/B test some SEO, then I might choose a different category just to see if perhaps it affects anything. So basically, these are all of the categories that I'm in, and these will all count as tags. So you don't have to include calendars and planners, for example, or books or paper, because these are included as tags. Pick your primary color. You can pick your secondary color, pick an occasion if it's relevant. All of these attributes shoppers are going to be able to filter for. So it's only going to help you increase your reach when someone is shopping for something. Now, I sell a digital product, so I'm clicking digital. And then for the description, we're going to type TBD. But by the way, I do have a YouTube video that goes over how to make a perfect description for your Etsy listing, so I will link that in the guide. I'm going to put that this is a PDF, so you put the format of it, and I'm also going to say it's editable. So I'm going to price it at $2.99. Now, you're going to have to do market research. So for here, I put 100. I'm not sure why. You can definitely max it out and do $9.99. I just use 100 as the quantity. I have been for some time. Okay, so now we're going to upload our digital file. Let's just pretend this is it. And before we move on, I just want to point one thing out. If you did select physical, then when you scroll down, you're going to see that there are shipping options over here that you can pick. So I know people have questions about shipping when they sell physical products. I do have a video, again, that does go over what I suggest for shipping. So again, I will link that in the guide. Then you're going to hit save and continue. Okay, so now we're on to how you'll get paid, and most of you will be an individual or sole proprietorship. This basically means that you did not actually apply to be an LLC or a corporation. So when you are selling something with the intent to make profit, you are technically a business without applying for one. So most of you will be this. Now, if you're wondering if you need a business license in order to sell on Etsy, you don't need it for Etsy. It's not required, but definitely check the laws for your country or your state. I didn't have a business license at first, but I did get an LLC in the first month of opening up my shop. And then you just fill out all of this information. This is self-explanatory. Now for this question, where is your bank located? You're going to select the country where your bank is located. If your country or your bank's country is not listed here, then you won't be able to open up an Etsy shop. So that just basically means Etsy does not offer payment services for that country. Now, I don't know anything about opening up a separate bank account in a different country. I don't really know how that works. So definitely that's something you could Google if the country that your bank is located in is not on this list. Okay, so once you select where your bank is located, it's going to ask you for your account name, your account type, routing number, and account number. So if you don't have a bank account, then you will need to create one. I know that there are free bank accounts out there, so definitely do your due diligence and research that. And because, at least for the US, you need a routing number and an account number, I don't think that you can use PayPal. So again, look into opening up that free bank account if you want to open up a shop on Etsy. But basically what I did was I opened up my first Etsy shop with my personal bank account, and within the first month, I was getting sales. So what I did was I applied for an LLC, I got my business name, and then with my EIN number that you get when you are a registered business now, you can go to your bank and then they can open up a business account for you. And then I went into settings and I changed my banking information for Etsy. That way all my deposits went into my business account. So it's definitely really helpful to separate your business and personal accounts, but to get started, you can use your personal account. Then after you fill all that out, you're gonna hit save and continue. Okay, so now you're gonna set up your billing, you're gonna enter your card information and your billing address, and this is so Etsy can charge you for any fees. And I'm not completely sure, but I think you can use a debit card if it's branded, so Visa, MasterCard, something that is a reputable and well-known bank. So once you fill out your billing information, you're going to hit open your shop. Okay, so we're just going to use my main shop now, just so I can show you some of the things that you should implement to see success. So what you're going to do is go to Shop Manager, and we're going to go through some of these things on your Shop Manager. So your dashboard, that is just where you can see like an overview of things that are happening in your shop. If you go to Listings, this is where you can actually go ahead and deactivate that listing that you had to create before you set up your shop. Messages. So in Messages, another great thing is you can create a saved reply. So this is so helpful. You don't have to do this right away. What you can do is when you get common questions and you keep answering over and over again, you can then create a canned response, right? So all you have to do is click a button and it's already in the body of the message, and then you can just personalize the message. So it takes seconds to send a reply. Orders and shipping is where you'll manage everything. If you sell digital products, you won't be in here too much. If you sell physical products, then you'll be in here and you'll be clicking on the order to create a shipping label, and you'll be marking things complete. So this is where you do that. Stats section is self-explanatory. It's just showing you an overview of where your traffic is coming from and your conversion rate, your revenue, the amount of orders, etc. In finances, you can change your bank account, your credit card information. You can set when you want to be paid. So if you want to be paid weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, you can change that in here. I like to get paid monthly. One more thing is if you go to payment settings and then you click on sales tax, what's going to happen is you can choose your state over here, and it's going to automatically calculate the sales tax for that state that you reside in, and it's going to charge the customer. So I sell digital products, and not all states actually charge sales tax for digital products. So I'm in New York and it's not available, but these are all the other states. So if you're curious about setting sales tax, this is the area that you do it. And then I use QuickBooks, by the way, so if you want to try QuickBooks, do that. I would try QuickBooks Self-Employed. That is the version that actually does connect with Etsy. So in the marketing tab, you have Etsy ads. This is where you can set your daily budget and run ads on specific listings. You can create a sale or coupon. So for example, if you're just opening up your shop, I do recommend that you do a grand opening sale and you do something crazy like 30%, 50% off, just to incentivize people to come to your shop. You can also make sure you put that on your banner that it's a grand opening sale, because it's just a great way for people to understand why you have zero sales, because you're new. It's not because no one wants to buy from you. So that's just a little tip. Here are your integrations. Right off the top of my head, what I use is I do have a Pinterest account to help drive traffic. I use Marmalade for my Etsy SEO research. I love Marmalade. Marmalade has a 2-week free trial, and I'll link that down below if you're interested in that. So I use QuickBooks Self-Employed. I was using QuickBooks Online, but I do have to say that it doesn't integrate with Etsy. I had to do everything manually, and it was crazy difficult. So that's why I suggest QuickBooks Self-Employed, because it actually integrates with this version of QuickBooks. And then for settings, this is where you can add your shop title, your logo, shop announcements. This is also where you can include a message to buyers. So right when someone purchases one of my templates, this message pops up. And then below this message will be their download link. And then this message to buyers would be for if you're selling physical products. This is where you can add more shop members. Options is where you can set your shop on vacation mode. I'm not going to click on this because there's sensitive information in here, but this is where you can connect Google Analytics to your Etsy shop, so you can track certain things about people coming to your shop, the amount of traffic you're getting, etc. And for download data, this is where you can download your reports of all your sales and things like that. You can also set up your shipping settings in this section. So yeah, shipping is a different beast, so I'm going to link that video in the guide for my advice and tips on shipping. Okay, so here we are on my shop. Let's go over some best practices. So the first thing you see is my banner. If you can tell, my banner does kind of match the vibe of my listings. That's a good thing to keep in mind. Try to do that. Try to keep your style cohesive. As far as branding goes, picking colors and fonts, what you can do is you can go on Pinterest and you can actually type in brand palette. And if you have a specific color in mind, then you can add the color up front. So like pink brand palette, blue brand palette, something like that. And then, yeah, you can just get a bunch of ideas of what colors you want. And then you can do the same thing with fonts. Just type in font pairings. And you can go through and pick out the fonts you want. That's just a simple tip. You can create your own banner and logo in Canva, or you can just buy a branding kit. Just go on Etsy, type in branding kit, and you'll see that people do sell these. So my advice for a logo is simple is always better if you don't know how to design or if you're not sure what you want. And for your shop owner icon, I would suggest uploading a photo of you because it just makes your brand a little bit more trustworthy, a little bit more personal. Then over here, this is your shop title. It's 55 characters. These are the words that will populate when people are looking on Google search if your shop pops. So you want to make sure that these are keyword heavy. You're using really good research keywords here that are performing well in Google. Another best practice is to fill out your shop sections. I like to feature my best-selling items up top. I also suggest that you ask for reviews. People think that you're not allowed to ask for reviews. You are. You're not allowed to ask for 5-star reviews, and you're not allowed to incentivize people to give you a positive review. But you can ask for feedback, okay? Just to clear that up. This is really gonna help build that social proof. So when people land on your shop and people are giving your products 5 stars, it's, again, building that trust with your shop. Then I like to add a couple of photos. You don't need a video necessarily. And for your About Me section, you're just gonna add a little bit of your story. You're gonna add a little bit more detail about why your business is important, your mission, your unique value proposition, why choose your shop over another shop, what's different about you, and then your links to connect with you. So basically with your About Me section, just remember you wanna be relatable, you wanna talk about the benefits of your business and why people should purchase from you. And then another super important thing is your policies. Definitely fill out your policies. If your policies are not filled out, Etsy won't rank you as high in the search algorithm. So definitely do that. And then I also add my frequently asked questions. This is helpful for shoppers. And this is also helpful for the algorithm because the more you can fill out on your shop, the more Etsy likes you. So basically all of that really does help Etsy see that you're serious and they see you as a shop that's more trustworthy. So it does help boost you in the algorithm a little bit. So definitely do all of those best practices. So don't forget, I have that free checklist and guide linked down below this video. Definitely follow that while you're opening up your shop. It's really gonna help you get set up for success. And congratulations on opening up your Etsy shop. You are officially a business owner, so congrats. And thank you guys for watching. Like this video, subscribe, share it, comment. If this helped you, please do one of those things. I'd really appreciate it. If you like this type of content, if you want more help growing your business, I talk all about passive income, digital products, and selling on Etsy, so definitely subscribe if you're into that. All right, thank you guys so much for watching. I will catch you in the next one. Bye, guys.